Okay, I'm rolling.
You're rolling. I'm Reuben Carey.
Okay.
And this is my pitch. Hello. Good afternoon. My pitch is titled and although it's involving videos, it's a bit more of a campaign rather than just a set of videos, okay? So it's 3 videos in total. 3 public billboards. And 3 animations. The sort of theme behind all of them is train versus car. So many adverts in the past, particularly for transport, and particularly for trains, have often, to make any publicity from trains, have often taken the mickey out of trains. They've often chastised it and made it a joke to try and get more transparency for public transport, rather than actually putting it forward as something which is of genuine value and quality. So with these videos, I'm trying to present the train as something which is much greater than the car. So, for example, the 3 videos will be 3 different scenarios. With those 3 different scenarios, you're going to be having someone travelling by car, someone travelling by train, and with each of those scenarios, the journey by train is pleasant, good quality, and the car all ends up being a bit of a scene. So, first example is 2 businessmen. They both start their journey, they both get into their respective chosen vehicles of transport. The one guy in the train is having a pleasant time on his laptop, while slowly next to him, in a split scene, so it'll be presented like this. The screen is split down the middle. You have the person in the train, the person in the car. The person in the car will start encountering traffic, and then he'll have a scenario where he's getting food, and he's probably getting food at Burger King through the window, and he spills his drink everywhere, whilst everything in the meantime is going fine with the train. Finally, they both enter their respective locations. So the car arrives in the city, and the train arrives at the station. Guy gets out of the train, walks through the city into the foyer of a building. Meanwhile, the guy who approaches his car, he's about to take a parking space, but unfortunately at the last minute another car takes the car space. Another example of a problem with cars. And then finally they both enter, whilst it's still split screen, the foyer of this building. They both enter a lift, and then finally you realise they're in the same scene, and they're in the same lift, and the split screen removes. And there's one guy who's sweating, his tie's all over the place, having an absolute nightmare of a day, who's travelled by car, whilst the other guy who's travelled by train, all clean, pleasant, and just loses time, and then it ends. So that's an example of one of the videos. As I said, it will be presenting 3, not presenting, but promoting 3 different lines that Chiltern offer. Main one, Birmingham to London. Part of this could be competing against Virgin as well, their main competitors. The other line will be promoting London to Oxford. So with this one you'd have a student scenario, so 2 different students going back home for Christmas, say, or after their holidays. And the final one would be the service to Bicester Village, which is the upmarket shopping centre. So you'd have 2 family scenarios where they go out for the day to buy shopping, and it all ends in tears for the family travelling by car, whilst the family travelling by train have a pleasant time. So those are the videos. That's a sort of rough background to the videos. The billboards. The billboards would just be big statements about how car travel to London is slower than train travel, and often petrol prices will be far more expensive rather than a price for a ticket, a fare. And also with this you can sort of compete against Virgin Railways. You can show something or hint towards where service for Virgin is lesser than Chiltern, which is actually true. They're 6th Chiltern currently in customer satisfaction in the trains, compared to Virgin, which I think are number 11. So that's something you can play on. And finally, the 3 animations. This is something which would be not on the same scale as the videos and the billboards, but it's something you can put on their YouTube, or you can put on their website as well. So that would be mainly focusing on online, and one of my ideas for the animation would be showing how train travel to London is quicker than by car. So you can have an animation of, did you know train travel with Chiltern from Birmingham to London is 40% faster than by car, and when it says faster you can have a train going over and revealing faster with a nice little bit of animation, and then when it shows the car can go past slowly. It'll just be nice 2D sort of animation. So those are the ideas behind the sort of creative outlet of this idea, and the whole idea for them, as I said, you're trying to boost the publicity of Chiltern and their main lines from Birmingham to London, beat the car, elevate the status of train travel, and also you can play on the whole green side of things, which is currently quite in, I think we can all say, at the moment. So you can show that you're pushing for a greener planet as such. Estimated costs for the 3 videos, I would say production cost would be at around 100,000 for the 3 of them. There'd be 15 to 30 second videos, and the whole production time, including post and pre, I would put it 4 to 6 months. The billboards, depending on where you're going to be placing them, the main catchment areas will be Birmingham and London, because that's the line you're really trying to promote. Down in London it can range from £500 to £1,500 for a month for billboard. So London area you're probably pushing on for 1 month, 3 billboards, £5,000, that kind of amount. You'll probably be doubling it if you're going to be doing it in Birmingham as well. So I've put that at 5,000 per city. And the animations, I'd put at something around 20,000. And finally, the whole production time for this, I would say, for the whole campaign itself, 6 months. And for the actual production of all these things, I'd put it 4 to 6 months. So that is a rough thesis of my idea. Any questions you have? Don't hesitate to ask.
Where are the videos,
Yeah.
which I understand your idea, very clearly said. What's the platform they're going on?
Platform, it really depends on the budget given, because if this is going on television, which would make this a campaign of a sort of another level of seriousness, if Chiltern has the budget, you'll be...
Where are you thinking it should
Where
go?
am I thinking personally? Well, I don't really know the budget, so it's difficult for me to actually say what's realistic. I would love it if it was actually a genuine campaign. I think TV would be fantastic. If you could all interlink these 9 pieces of creativity into one through TV, street, and online. I mean, that's the biggest exposure you're going to get. But if you do that, I mean, I just looked at some figures now for showing it just in the Central Midlands and London area during 3 slots in the evening costs £62,000 just on ITV.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, you're pushing on hundreds of thousands of pounds for the campaign if you are going to do it on TV. If Chiltern doesn't have the budget, you stick to online.
The idea for me sounds like it would be on TV.
It's kind of a follow-up question slightly, because I was going to ask, so taking the 3 parts of your idea separately, because you explained them all really clearly, but what do we, as the client, gain from each separate part? So, like, why should we choose to spend all this money and have 3 videos on TV, 3 billboards, and 3 animations that are going online? What does that gain us?
Over just having a video or just having an animation?
Yeah.
Or just having a billboard.
I would say, like, the exposure would be so much more, and also it gives it a weight to this whole idea of a campaign. And campaigns are something which are very big at the moment. People enjoy having a theme and something that's consistently going over a period of time, hence the whole hashtag Choose Chiltern. If you see hashtag Choose Chiltern on a billboard, you see it on a television advert, you see it on an online platform, it starts sticking in your head, and then you've got